We're going to head to the voicemail of Truth and Reason. This one about the comments Baker Mayfield made relative to beating the Browns bleep.
Yes, hello. Yesterday I heard you talk about, mention a little bit about the comment that Baker Mayfield made, this week. And I have a little bit of different take on it. My take is, so what? I mean, when he was here, we talked a lot of crap about him. When he left, we talked a lot of crap about him. So now when he says something back, all of a sudden we're the victims? Come on. This show also said a couple of weeks ago that the first 4 games of the regular season would be fairly easy. Well, Carolina is one of those first 4 games. You don't think that motivates them? You don't think they're licking their chops? If anybody should stop talking, it should be us. Us as the Browns organization and Browns fans. We have been a losing franchise for the last 25 years. We have been an embarrassment. We have no room to talk. That's all I have to say on that. Thank you.
There's one difference. I won't be taking a snap in that game, nor will anybody that's been on this show. So, Spencer, as long as Baker Mayfield says something about the Browns, we're going to talk about it.
Yeah, and I mean, frankly, I love the fact that we get this from Baker Mayfield 2 weeks out from the game even starts, because this just adds some juice to the. We already knew that was going to be there artificially, just because you think the narratives that get spun with it, revenge game for Baker Mayfield, his former team, kicked him to the curb so that they could go get Deshaun Watson, all that comes with it's obviously going to be talked about. But then you get him being his unapologetic self. I mean, this is who Baker is. And you get a comment like this, and it just adds just a little bit of spice to the game leading into it. So for me, being a radio show host, this is what gets me up in the morning. This is what gets me, gives me some nice topics to talk about when I'm on the air. So I love it. I'll wrap with this. I can't wait for, because listen, the Panthers might win this game and Baker might ball out. He might have a great game. We know how he performs when he's, chip on his shoulder, back against the wall. That's always his MO. So he might come out and play one of the best games of his career just because he's highly motivated. But what I can't wait to see that happen if it does. And then just he goes back to being the Baker Mayfield we know, and everyone, all these people are cheering for the Panthers, supporting Baker, the outsiders that aren't Browns fans because they're upset with what the Browns did and the decisions they made this offseason. So it's just going to be funny to hear like all this support for Baker and Baker be, chip on your shoulder Baker for one week, and then he just reverts back to the guy that, frankly, we know who he is here in Cleveland, because he had those moments, but there was more moments where he wasn't living up to the billing of a first overall pick. So, I'm here for it. I'm excited for that matchup already.
The key distinction, though, is what the media says or what shows like this say are very different than what a guy playing in the game says. And that's the distinction that the caller is failing to see.